us to continue to renew our Dharma, renew our own practice, renew the community, the group of centers and classes and everything we have, to constantly renew our dedication to them, and yes, to renew them, because that which is not busy being born is busy dying. And I'm afraid that is just the way it is. That if we do not renew ourselves and work with great care and great energy and great imaginativeness, and of course especially take care of one another and support one another, then our Dharma manifestation, such as it is, even though it is kind of like a channel for such wonderful teachings, coming from such immaculate teachers, Satya and Kaju, this will shrivel and die. This may seem stark, but it is actually the situation. It is like that. We Buddhists, we're lucky and unlucky. Lucky, we don't have a God telling us what to do. Unlucky, there is no God arranging for us. Who arranges things? Who makes sure that things work or do not? Us. Our own efforts, our own choices. So we must think very, very carefully about that, lest we be the ones who are given a precious jewel and turned it into some kind of clay that crumbles and disappears. This is the vital time now for Dharma, I think, because it's a time when the first generation of Western Dharma people are aging, and the great Lamas who received Dharma in Tibet, they're also aging. Many have already passed away, because we're very lucky with His Holiness and with Rinpoche, His Secretary and Rinpoche, that they're with us, and may that continue for many years, 100 years I like. But nevertheless, it is a very important time, and if we do not think with great seriousness about this, as I say, the Dharma will disappear. Sometimes when I look around and think about our Dharma community and the precious things we've received and the good qualities of all the disciples, and then think about other Dharma organizations, maybe not so fortunate in the teachings they have and so on, I'm reminded of what Mr. Yeats said, which is that at this time the best lack all conviction and the worst are full of a terrible intensity. Please don't be like that. So this is really up to you. I cannot arrange this for you. You have to make the Dharma work. And that means be honest and examine yourself. Am I helping the Dharma or am I not? And especially look after each other, be kind to each other, be interested in each other. Because if you're not, if you just kind of stand on the fact, oh, I'm in Dharma, so I'm doing this, I'm doing that, that's okay, you're not a good example of the Dharma. So why should any new people be impressed by you? Be interested in other people. Be interested in the manifestations of the Dharma, even those in our own Dharma community. So for instance, right, so with that, that's maybe I want to say about that, but please keep Rosvita in your prayers now in Germany, because she's very known to most of you, and of course she has some difficulties right now, so we're praying very strongly for her health and well-being at this time, as we should be for all our Sangha members. And then concerning developments and changes, well, always developments and changes. So for instance, although it seems a long way away, the Sangha in LA is your Sangha also. So I'm very happy there that the strengthening the Sangha, the Dharma is growing, and for instance now we have 3, the Sangha is going so strongly that we can have 3 coordinators. I hope that means there'll be 300 Sangha members soon, 100 for each. But now we have 3 coordinators, so that is because alongside Fred now, Roz is taking up one of those roles, and Joe, our first kind of American Sangha leader. So that's, some of you know Joe from when he came to Isan's Karmapa and met him in Chango Chan, so you know it's our first surfer dude Dharma leader, which is great. And then in London, because there's a nearer to home, not so warm, There's also been a little change there in the administration, which is Ben has joined Mike as the joint administrators. So I just mentioned this because I think sometimes we don't know what's going on. One of our little sanghas doesn't know what's going on in another sangha, and that's no good. We must feel part of the whole thing. That's what a community means. So with that, that's enough for now, and I'll be coming back, of course, to Manchester next weekend for several days, and then say the shed will continue in July, but before then you have the great blessing of Shama Rinpoche.